Hey y'all, welcome. Y'all tuned in to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where when we give a fresh look on today's sports topics. And right now we got to talk about my boy Kevin Durant choking the game away, Steph Curry turning the ball over down the stretch, not going to his go-to move, which is three-point shots. He's shooting layups. We got to talk about just Chris Paul out there giving us an epic performance of legendary proportions, blown hamstring injuries and all, shimmying on Steph, letting the boy know what it's really about. James Harden out here getting saved again by his teammates. But man, I just got to have a public service announcement moment for my man Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is no longer acceptable for you to depend on others. I'm trying to tell you right now, you are arguably one of the best players to ever play this game. You're beyond that now. It is time to build your legacy. It is time to win championships. And you have told us all that Golden State was the reason that you will become a multiple time champion. And I've always disagreed with that because I feel like if you're the best player, it doesn't matter who you're running with. They're there because of you. And when it's time, you rise above all and you hit the big shots down the stretch. And the reason why you're not a multiple time champion in your illustrious career is because you don't do that. You got to defer to James Harden. You got to defer to the Russell Westbrook. And when Russell Westbrook giving you the ball, you turning the ball over, you choking. Then you got to go to Golden State. Y'all go through cruise control. Don't get any pressure. Don't get any worry. Don't get any kind of thing that's going to make you have to go to critical mass and be the man in order to beat the man. And here you go again. Game 5, it's all on you. You got 19 points in the first half, and you end the game with 29. 2 points in the fourth quarter, and you didn't hit a shot to get the 2 points. You hit 2 free throws. Man, listen here. Everybody know who my favorite player is. It's Kevin Durant, and I am sorry to say right now I am judging that. I am second guessing that decision simply from the standpoint of he be choking on multiple occasions. He is always laying the egg. I'm finna start calling him the golden goose because he always laying the golden egg. And I also got to shout out Steve Kerr for getting his ass out coached. He was horrible. He did not do a good job tonight. His rotation, he was trying to do a little bit too much, overcoaching himself. Later on down the stretch, got Looney in, got what's my boy Quinn Cook in, David West, like he had everybody in too long or too little. D. Stanfield, what you got, bro? Trying to do a little bit too much.
First of all, welcome back.
Down the stretch, got Looney in.
D-Burst, I agree with you 100%. I called you 2 years ago. Kevin Durant is a joke.
D. Stanfield, what you got, bro? Bo, mute that.
He doesn't necessarily punk out or fold in every moment. But when it comes down to the big moments, when it's all on, when the pressure is put on him, Game 6 against the Warriors 2 years ago, and now we've seen it tonight. It's the same fold and go, bro. It's the same Kevin Durant that we've been knowing for years and years. Kevin Durant today is equivalent to LeBron when he got Kyrie at D-Wade. He looks, and when the pressure is put on him, he does exactly what he always does. Fold and go, bro. So it's time for you to put KD in the package. Go back to the traditional Golden State, and y'all gonna have to win the game like y'all used to win the game, and not depend on that guy. Or we're gonna be looking at CP3 and James Harden in the NBA Finals versus LeBron, because I refuse to believe that LeBron's gonna let a Kyrie and Hayward-less Boston make it to the NBA Finals, and that's what I got to say, bro.
Well, before I let Bo get in there, because I know he's ready in the kitchen, I do just have to address also Kevin Durant. You're getting a lot of this blow because you're supposed to be the best player in the world, second best player in the world in most eyes. That's fine. The way I hold LeBron accountable, I cannot let you slide. Your new name is the Golden Goose because you always laying the golden eggs. Bo Falair, give the people what they want.
Man, I'm pissed the fuck off right now, man.
You should be.
I'm pissed the fuck off. If the Golden State Warriors do not win this series, I hate to say it, Kevin Durant need to get his ass about town. I don't give a fuck because it's not only Kevin Durant fault. It's still Draymond, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson fault too because they depended on him too much. They got to realize that's the same nigga they beat that was up 3-1. He ain't built for this shit. Okay? He ain't. He just ain't built for it, man. They depended on him so much because he got a matchup. He got a mismatch on the offensive end, but he's not exploiting it. So if they lose this series, they need to go back to the old Golden State Warriors when they run around the whole game, ball movement, and get shots like that. Because they not doing that this series.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I agree with you. I agree with you on the standpoint. Hey, Bo, I agree with you on the standpoint that offense has become too stagnant. It's not being based on the ball movement per se that made them the legendary Warriors. But I would not allow you to not get on your boy Steph Curry and his performance late down the stretch. He's an MVP. He got to be held accountable. He choked out there too, and we've been talking all game about the adjustments or lack thereof from Coach Kerr tonight. He got out coached. Matter of fact, he didn't even get out coached. Your boy wasn't over there doing no coaching. Mike D'Antoni was letting that boy do what he do.
Hey, D-Birds, what's the difference between Steph tonight and Steph from Game 3? Ain't no difference.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, D-Will? I mean,
it is a difference. The difference was he did it in the third quarter. He ain't do nothing in the fourth, in no game in this whole playoff run this year. Nothing. He did nothing in the
That's
fourth.
my point. When CP3 show up to put that jugular on him, and you told me this on Sunday, and I didn't necessarily see it, but I agree with you now, bro. If CP3 keep the pressure on him all the way throughout the game, and you don't worry about KD, you let KD get his, KD gonna fold in the fourth quarter.
Listen to me, man. As I said before, D. Stanfield, the Warriors picked Kevin Durant for one problem. That problem was LeBron James. He took care of that problem. The Houston Rockets said, we got a problem. Our problem is the Golden State Warriors. They entire team to play one team. They dodged their bullets with Minnesota. They dodged their bullets in the second round, and they got the team that they want, and they are ready for that team. Everybody they put in, every assignment they do, the matchups are there for them. They are not out there trying to guess who can guard this person or guess who can guard that person. I've not seen those guys not play their game yet. They are doing what they do. Ineffectively or effectively, they're playing their brand of basketball. They have not came down to Golden State's level or tried to alter the way they play or done anything close to that. They are playing their ball. James Harden, Chris Paul, Eric Gordon, Trevor Ariza shot the ball like shit. The three games that the Houston Rockets have won, they have been the team that wanted it the most. That's why they're winning the game. Every loose ball, every block shot, every rotation, everywhere they're supposed to be, they be there. The only thing they're not doing is reach shots. What is Golden State going to do when Houston hit their shots? They clicking on everything else. The rotation is there. They're getting the ball to the spots on the floor where they want it to be. What are they going to do when they hit their shot?
It ain't shit they can do. Like I told you before we got into these playoffs.
I agree with you. I've been saying Steve Kerr's Warriors are at their best when they had Kevin Looney has played good, solid this series, but him and Jordan Bell, you should start off small, man. Their best lineup was Draymond at the center, man. And Steve Kerr got them in the game, and they not giving. They gonna pick on them on defense.
He couldn't run that lineup tonight. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and my boy Eulers know how I feel about this. I still have not seen JaVale McGee. Where is JaVale McGee? Clint Capella gets none of that on JaVale McGee. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I don't know where JaVale McGee should play unless they got Capella in the game.
I'm looking at these games, man, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Chris Paul is the only one out there looking like he wanted. Chris Paul is out there playing like his grandfather just passed away, and he going out there and get that birthday, and when he can break the state record, he say, I don't want to. That's how he out there playing. Chris
Hey,
Paul is out there playing, man. Chris Paul is out there trying to bring basketball back. I ain't worried about being great. I ain't worried about my legacy as far as who I am, what I've done. It's about how I cook these boys right now. Chris Paul ain't out there surveying no games. Chris Paul ain't out there dying in the fourth quarter. He been cooking the whole game like KD doing when 3 minutes to go in the game and we need one bucket. He don't get none. I think Chris Paul is going to do whatever he got to do to be out there on that floor for Game 6, and he don't give it all he got.
Hey, like I said, Chris Paul, to your point, Chris Paul is giving it to him. I give you that. But he better hope he ain't had that. He don't have that same hamstring injury from 2 years ago.
It's the same one. It's the right one. It's the same one.
And that's going to be a problem. But let me just tell you this. I told y'all at the All-Star break, I said Golden State is going to go into these playoffs. They're going to get beat up, and they're not going to be healthy for the Western Conference Finals. And if they face an OKC or if they face the Houston, they're going to have problems. And what's happening, they having problems. Now, I don't know who ain't healthy and who is healthy, but I can tell you this. Golden State don't look like the traditional Golden State. And
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to agree with what Bo just said. The reason why they playing the way they playing, Bo, and I agree with him, they are isolating too much. They isolating Steph more than I ever seen them isolate Steph, and they definitely isolate KD more than I've seen them isolate KD. Every time you're able to get Chris Paul and Kevin Durant, you try to post Kevin Durant up on the block. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, Chris Paul 6 foot, but he are all defense. He are all NBA defender. He know how to guard that man. He is the guy who put the blueprint on how to guard him. There's only 2 people who we ever seen. Well, give Kawhi Leonard some credit when he guarded him a couple of games. But we seen Tony Allen lock him up, very similar to what Kawhi Leonard do. And then we see Chris Paul get Kevin Durant on the move. Him being a stationary target is making him guardable. He cooked them like that the first game. They have made their adjustments. They have made their defensive adjustments. They're not switching. They're staying home. They're shrinking the floor. They're forcing it when Kevin Durant shooting 3-pointers. Everything now that KD shoots is contested. There's no more free looks. They are making his bum ass work for every single thing that he gets.
You got to give some credit. You got to give some credit to Roy Rogers and Sliss Dickey. The defensive schemes and the defensive schemes that Houston is using, they're working. And the good thing about it is they ain't doing nothing tricky. They're keeping it real simple. They're going right back to the basics. They not switching. They fighting through them screens to your point, and then they playing their game. They running the fastball. They playing their game, and they wearing them down. And I'm telling you, KD in the first quarter and a half is not the same KD you seen in the fourth quarter. And the stuff that you see in the first quarter ain't the same stuff you see.
Well, I still think it's going 7. I still think they can win in 7. Quinn Cook hit this shot. The series, I mean, they win this game. I don't know, man. Steve Kerr got to switch that on, man. Kevin Looney shouldn't be starting no more. I'm sorry.
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, man. They can do whatever lineup they want to do, bro. If Kevin Durant don't show up, their ass is going home.
That's your boy.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, and that's the truth of the matter. See, you are one of the ones who believe that they don't need him. A lot of people right now don't think they need him, but what they did was they traded their whole team, which was their strength in numbers. That's why they keep wearing that shirt, to try to trick themselves. Their strength of their team was in numbers. They had Barbosa, Mo Spinks, Sean Livingston, what was my boy? Ian Clark,
Harrison Barnes,
Bogut. They had so many people playing and contributing in their formula for winning. When they won the championship, when they lost that championship, and it was time to keep that team together, they got rid of everybody and said, Kevin Durant, you can make up everything that we finna lose because of how good you are. And right now, he ain't making up for what they lost. They lost depth. Because Steve Kerr don't believe in those guys. He don't believe in Quinn Cook. McCall got hurt. This would have been one of them Patrick McCall games where he he slide in there and get you 12 real quick.
If Eagle Dollar, when Eagle Dollar being hurt, Patrick McCall would have been in that starting five.
But see, at the same time, though, when you had Eagle Dollar, even though Eagle Dollar was there, when that team was at its best and at its purest form, he was coming in with the second unit, and he only remember they didn't put that lineup together until the NBA Finals, Game 5. We didn't even know what that lineup was, bro. So they had went a whole year without playing that, man. Right now, we seeing a mentally weak team, man. It was time to go. When Draymond hit that three-pointer, it was time to go. They got the stop that they needed. They called a timeout, and the Rockets are now in control. But see, this is what I tried to tell everybody last game. Courtney didn't agree with me. I don't know what's going on, technical difficulties, and the boy can't get in, but he with us live on the feed.
Courtney
tried to tell me that the most important game in the series was Game 5. I don't agree with that in this series. The game for me was Game 4.
I think Steve Kerr lost faith in Kevin Durant too. Cause why wasn't the last play draw for him?
So what now?
I think Steve Kerr might have lost a little faith in Kevin Durant too.
Of course he did. Of course he did. He was going to his guy. He was either drawing the play up for Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. He was going to his guy.
I keep telling y'all, he didn't drop. The Warriors are not healthy. Something's going on in that locker room that nobody knows about. They up along the way.
I don't agree with it. The only person that I don't think is healthy is Steph Curry.
No, I don't think it's healthy. Draymond ain't healthy.
Man, look, man, we can make it all cute all you want, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with them boys. Ain't nobody 100%. Chris Paul out there hurt. Everybody got some kind of injury. It's time, bro. Kevin Durant out there choking, bro. I don't give a fuck about no Steph Curry. I don't care nothing about no Klay Thompson, no Draymond Green. His job is supposed to be unleashed, and he out there being chained. He chaining himself.
It's not about everybody.
Man, Kevin Durant borderline self-check right now, bro. Y'all watching these games? That man is borderline self-check.
Healthy does not give him an excuse. What them being unhealthy does, you ain't not built for that type of pressure. That's all I'm saying. He
not KD. Everybody is acknowledging that KD is not built for that type of pressure, which is all going back to what Russell Westbrook been trying to tell everybody without seeing it. Now we all seeing it. The pressure is there. I kept telling everybody last year. I just talked to my boy Lance James this morning, and I told him the reason why Kevin Durant was so successful last year because he didn't do nothing different than he did when the Golden State Warriors. When the Oklahoma City Thunder went to the finals the first time. He played his role, scored these points. That's all he had to do. When he played against LeBron again, all he did was score them points. He hit a shot, bro. They was up 2-1. They was up 2-0. Wasn't no pressure. He hit a big shot. Boom. They lose the next game. He go play. He never felt this. He never felt this energy. He never felt this pressure. It's back to Oklahoma City, 3-1. You got to lead and you got to close him out. He needs 2 games for his legacy, and it's going to be on him to get him. Period.
Hey, D. Burks. Hey, D. Burks, let me ask you a question. Talking about Kevin Durant being built for this, right?
He ain't for it, Tony. He ain't for it, Jeff.
In his freshman year in the NCAA tournament, did he have a chance to win that game in the first round?
Yeah. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Look, hold on. Let me just get this off. Let me just get this off my chest, bro. Allow me to get this off my chest, bro. I want everybody. I got everybody here, man. I need eye contact with everybody. I need to personally apologize to everybody. Kevin Durant is a punk. He is not clutch. I love his talent. I love his ability. But everybody know me, the kind of guy I am, how I compete, and what I like. This guy be choking, bro. Every time I watch this man play, I'm out here hoping he can do something so I can tell everybody he ain't no choke artist, and he just keep choking. Now they keep talking about these nooses and shit in folks' locker. They might need to put one in his locker because he's always hanging himself.
Hey, D. Bert, let me ask you a question. So Kevin Durant, he be choking. I agree. LeBron James be choking sometimes too. So who is the most clutch player in the NBA right now?
Kobe Bryant. Long live Kobe.
I say in the NBA right now.
Kobe.
Come on,
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving.
Facts.
Kyrie Irving, bro.
Facts.
And who Kyrie Irving went to talk to? Kobe, bro. It's all about Jelly Bean right now, man.
Actually, to be
Kobe no more clutch than MJ.
To be perfectly honest, CP is more clutch than both of them right now.
No, he ain't. He had a 3-1 lead. He choked too. Don't do that. Don't do that, Stanfield.
Hey, Bo. Relax.
He had a 3-1 lead. He choked too.
Hey, relax before I put you on mute.
He had a 3-1 lead. He choked too.
Hey, hey, if you don't ever get to a game 7, if you make it so you don't get to a game 7, you more clutch than the next man, ain't you?
Hey man, Chris Paul is writing his legacy right now. Let's hold tight. He got the stuff. He still got some stuff to do.
He had a 3 lead too, and he choked too.
Choked it all the way. He choked to the Rockets.
Right.
He choked to the same team he's playing for right now.
Yeah. You didn't even hear him in the interview after game 4. He said we choked the game off. He didn't even know he was talking about the Rockets. He said we. Nah, bro, the Rockets beat you. You didn't beat them.
Exactly. Nigga, Josh Smith beat them.
Hey, man, whenever we get through, bro, like I've said, bro, last year, LeBron James versus Kevin Durant, he had one job, equal LeBron James point total. KD won clutch. He won special. He just did what he do, and the other guys did what they do. Clay did his job. Steph did his job. Egan did his job. Draymond did his job. David West did his job. Sean Livingston did his job, and he got a ring. That's just what happened, bro. Now, they need him to be great, bro. This is what they need. Russell Westbrook tried to tell us we didn't listen. Oklahoma City tried to tell us we ain't listen. We need the man to be great. He ain't doing it.
It's so crazy.
There ain't no
crazy how much Iguodala.
Ain't no D-Wade or no Kyrie Irving out there to save him. If Steph ain't rain dancing from your mama house, it's on you.
KD will be in OKC again next year.
And I'm telling you, if he boy, look, Kevin Durant lose this series, y'all hear me right now. I'm buying 2 jerseys. I'm going live and I'm lighting them up. I'm through with it.
Hey, it's so crazy how important Iguodala is to the Golden State Warriors. If he played the last 2 games, they win this series.
That's gonna be another problem that I have with Kevin Durant. If Iguodala is that important for you to win a basketball game, you ain't what I thought you was. Facts.
Iguodala played the last 2 games. This series over.
I'm not even buying that because Iguodala there to stop LeBron, not for nothing else than to stop LeBron.
Man, you don't be listening, but he get 10 points. He get you a quiet 10 points. Quiet 10 points. He's another ball handler. He's another defender of James Harden.
From what you were saying 2 weeks ago, Quinn Cook get them same points. So what's your point?
Hey man, Quinn Cook let me down today. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right then.
he missed 3 wide open threes.
Can't get more wide open than he was. He bricked them out.
Open 3. He wide open. And he the 4th best shooter on the team. 3 wide open threes.
Hey man, you gotta expect those. You gotta expect those type of failures out of Duke players. You gotta expect them.
Hey man, Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum out there keeping it alive for us, bro.
Hey man, Kyrie Irving had surgery when he didn't have to have it. Punk move. Jason Tatum, I can give it to you on that one. But what happened in Game 4?
We all know
Kyrie. Hey, we all know Kyrie fragile. He been fragile since his senior year of high school.
Hey man, Jason Tatum is gonna go down. Jason Tatum is gonna go down to be better than every shooting guard come out of North Carolina, not named Michael Jordan. Facts.
Jason Tatum
ain't gonna be better than Vince Carter. Kill yourself.
He ain't better than Vince Carter. Stop.
Man, what is Vince Carter? This man is deeper. Hold on, bro. Let's tell you about Vince Carter. This man is deeper. Hey, man, he has went deeper in his career than Vince Carter ever went in his first year. Already passed it.
Bye.
It ain't because of him. Don't do that, Bert. It ain't because of him. Stop with that bullshit.
Vince is a slam. Who is because of? He the star of the team.
Because of him.
He choked. He choked in game 7. He choked. Ain't been back since.
He didn't choke. He just missed the
shot.
He choked.
Jason Tatum needed the best coach in the game and Kyrie Irving to teach him how to be good. Vince Carter ain't had nobody in Toronto and came
Man, get out
in
here,
a
man.
monster.
What you're doing right now is making excuses for Vince Carter getting a great look at the goal and he choking, and that's the reason why Allen Iverson is one of the most decorated players in the game because he went
Even if
to
he
the
did,
and
even if
lost
he
to the
did
Lakers.
choke, he still went out with his nuts in the boy's face.
Man,
It
he
was
choked.
It was a good shot. He just
Hey
missed
man,
it.
Jason Tatum, in his first year of playing professional basketball, has went deeper than every shooting guard outside of Michael Jordan in the history of North Carolina basketball. These are facts, is what I'm telling you. Facts. But we're going off subject because we ain't here to talk about that. What y'all think gonna happen tomorrow?
Cleveland gonna win.
I got Boston closing them out.
You a fool if you think the NBA gonna
Boston.
You a fool if you don't think the NBA gonna get both of these.
One thing I don't do, Bo. One thing I don't like to do is go with the rig principle. I love the game, so I try to analyze it from the game perspective. Period.
I got Cleveland
and everybody on the live, and everybody on the
live.
live right now who talking about Jason Tatum's a small forward. Man, y'all can miss me with that. When that boy come back next year, he will be the two. Jaylen Brown will be going to the bench. He's the two.
Jaylen Brown ain't going to the bench. Jason Tatum.
Jaylen Brown ain't.
I mean, Jaylen Brown going to the bench. Jaylen Brown going to the bench.
You know, Jason Tatum started the Power 4 for a game of the season, right?
Wow. That won't be happening.
I thought you should know that.
Yeah, and they getting their ass tore up too.
Boston is atrocious away from home, so Cleveland will be winning tomorrow.
They won that bad. They won that bad the last game, bro. They don't lost by
the game, bro.
They're not winning. The NBA having both of these series go 7, man. Come on, man. The whole world gonna be watching this shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world gonna be watching this shit.
I will say this: if Boston does let Cleveland win tomorrow, they might as well pack their bags to go home.
Yep, they did.
Boston ain't winning tomorrow, man.
They did, man. They did. I ain't trying to hold y'all up, but I'm on wax. I'm on wax. I'm going with the Celtics to get a win.
I'm gonna put this on wax right now. When Cleveland win tomorrow, LeBron James gonna have to get filthy if he want to go to the finals in Boston. If he want to win Game 7 in Boston,
He's gonna have to get 50 tomorrow.
No, he not.
No, he not have 50 tomorrow. The role players gonna show tomorrow.
Oh, so y'all got JR getting 10 tomorrow? JR gonna get you 10?
They all get 10 tomorrow. Believe that.
Hey man, that ain't before it. That ain't before it. That ain't before it.
JR might get 25 tomorrow.
Oh man, please.
JR gonna play good tomorrow.
Man, please. That young boy gonna cook him again.
No, he's not. They don't do that on the road, Bert. I don't know what you're looking at.
Okay.
They don't do that, bro.
You might want to look a little bit closer in Game 4, bro.
Okay.
They should have won Game 4.
Hey, Golden State looked good in Game 4, didn't they?
No, they lost.
Yeah, but they looked good.
They did not. They did not look good in Game 4.
They looked good.
Steph Curry had a monster third quarter. Steph Curry had a monster third quarter, and they was only up 10.
They looked good in Game 1 too, didn't
No, they did not, man. Houston dominated that entire game except for the Steph Curry third quarter run. That's it.
They didn't look good in Game 1?
Who?
Golden State.
Man, that was Game 1.
Again, bruh, it don't matter. Motherfuckers look good from night in and night out. What I'm telling you,
get out of here, man. Them motherfuckers won by 40-some points, and now they can't even score 100.
Shit, ain't nobody scoring 100. Shit.
They can't even score 100. How you beat somebody by 40 and you can't even score 100? Man, get out of here, bro. Give me y'all final perspective on the Knights, man, and tomorrow, man. What y'all got for it? Bo, talk to the people.
My final perspective is the NBA gonna get what they want. Both of these series going 7. I still got Cleveland and Golden State in the finals. LeBron gonna win tomorrow. Golden State gonna win Saturday. They gonna go 7. We see what happens. Shit, that's all I got to say.
D. Stanfield, talk to us.
I still got both series going 7-2. I echo those sentiments, but I got Cleveland and Houston in the finals. And the only reason I got Houston making the finals is because I believe the world wants to see LeBron James win the championship, and he ain't got a chance against Golden State.
Hey, Sam, I kind of agree with that. Let me ask you one question, though. Houston make the finals if Chris Paul hurt?
It depends on, well, It depends on how hurt that hamstring is. They got out of the San Antonio series with that same injury. So, Chris Paul got the heart of a lion, bro. So I ain't gonna put nothing past him. Really, Chris Paul ain't the question. It's the fact of whether James Harden gonna show up or whether he gonna fold up like he been doing the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's really on James Harden right now to take it on home. Chris Paul got him to this point. Close it out, James.
Paul needs James Harden to be the James Harden that he was prior to the NBA championship between him and LeBron. That's the Harden he needs.
Well, here it is, man. James Harden is supposed to be the MVP of the league, and MVP, it's time for you to be summoned. You got one job. Close them out on the road. That's what the best players do in hostile environments, in hostile territory. You give them 50. But right now, my message is to Kevin Durant, whatever favorite diss song you got, who shot you, whatever. Somebody need to get Kevin Durant on the horn and let him know, man, make sure you need to check his pulse. Make sure he ain't got what Michael Jackson had. And please make sure he ain't on suicide watch. But there's 2 straight games he choked, and he know everybody seen it. Because your boy, you ain't got no excuses. You ain't got no lifelines. You ain't got nothing. You got 2 games to win for your entire legacy. Your entire legacy is on the line, Kevin Durant. But I do have the Warriors winning game 6. That Chris Paul injury look a little shaky to me. Now D'Antoni's going to have to do some coaching and alter his lineup. We all know that this entire season he has had 2. He's been alternating Chris Paul. He'll take Chris Paul out, leave James Harden on the floor, and he'll rest James Harden and bring Chris Paul on the floor to have a ball handler. So look for Joe Johnson to have a big game, imprint on game 6 if Chris Paul can't go. Because Joe Johnson the only one that can handle the ball. And as far as LeBron James go, I know his legacy is on the line. Fan base will bail him out and say he ain't got no help if they do lose. But LeBron, they're going to need you tomorrow. They're going to need at least about 35 up out you. I don't care about your role player. Both say they're going to show up. They get 10 apiece. That's only 40. He need more.
I expect Kevin Love to get 20. I don't consider Kevin Love a role player. He was an all-star for a reason. He's a Hall of Fame player. I think he should get 20 tomorrow.
You said Kevin Love's a Hall of Fame player?
He'll go to the Hall.
Yeah. He'll be
there. I ain't gonna touch that. I'll leave that for another argument. But D-Burst,
okay.
So I got a little streets is talking. Hey, James Harden out there playing for his life right now. James Harden got a lawsuit against him. And real talk, if he don't get out of this series, he gonna be hurting after this season. I ain't gonna go into depth, but shout out to my man Moses Malone Jr. James Harden, you better get out of this series and get an NBA championship to Houston, or you're gonna have problems.
And with that being said, this marks another edition of Fresh Perspective. Thank y'all for tuning in. Come on over and meet us on the Facebook Live. For those who are new to the game, please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, Fresh Perspective. That's PHRESH. Also find us on SoundCloud and on Facebook. Appreciate y'all and thank y'all for tuning in. God bless and good night. Make sure y'all catch a flight to Oakland and check on Kevin Durant, man. Make sure you don't suicide rocks. Mama Durant, I need you at that game. Mama, I need you.
Hey, you better bring some Campbell soup too.